Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World and the Black Business School, and I wanted to give you guys an update on a case I've been following involving a brother by the name of Quintez Cephus. Quintez Cephus was invited to participate in a threesome with two women that both happen to be white. And he's a football player, football star at the University of Wisconsin. And after the incident took place, they accused him of rape, saying that they were too drunk to consent. Fortunately for Quintez, he was found not guilty of all charges. They had charged him with second and third degree sexual assault. The two women, who were both 18 years old. Cephus says that the women wanted to have sex, but then they testified that they were too drunk to consent. Prosecutors continue to make the case in Dane County that two women were victims of sexual assault and had nothing to gain by making up the claims of rape. Defense attorneys claim the stories were inconsistent and that the victims consented to sex with Cephus with their words and actions throughout the night. Cephus took the stand Friday in his own defense, and he said he had a consensual threesome with the women. And so the jury went into deliberation. They deliberated 45 minutes, and they let him go. I'm happy for Quintez. I think this is great. This was a relief, to me. And I want to say thank you to Bishop Tavis Grant. I believe that's his brother's name. Yeah, Bishop Tavis Grant for speaking up on this issue. He just texted me back, and I'm going to have a conversation with this brother to follow up on this case, because here's the thing. The University of Wisconsin should be sued for millions of dollars because they were pressured. They put the brother off the football team just because of the accusation. They were trying to deny his right to due process. From what I understand, they were pushing. Jesse Jackson's people reached out to me, as well as some other individuals that were concerned about this case. They were basically trying to treat him like he was guilty, and I appreciate and respect Quintez for the fact that he stood up for himself. He said, "I'm not going to walk around with my head down. I'm going to keep my head up," because these two girls wanted to have a threesome, and he gave them a threesome, right? That's what they did. So I think also with Title IX, the Title IX regulations on college campuses, they put your sons in danger. You got to be very, very careful, because what it basically says is that if anybody accuses anybody of anything, especially a woman accusing a man of discrimination, mistreatment, or whatever, they're going to take him down just because of her words. Her words alone. Words alone. Somebody can make a complete fairy tale. Words alone will destroy everything. And then what happens is, after it's over, they try to go back and rebuild things which cannot be rebuilt. Quintez, when he became an accused rapist, a lot of people will never let that go. He lost a year of playing football. He could have went to the NFL. Maybe they'll let him have the year back. Maybe not. He went through trauma. He probably lost thousands of dollars. And so I think that the young ladies that made the accusation should be sued as well, for millions of dollars. I think that there should be a price to pay. You can't have a situation where it's, heads I win, tails you lose, meaning that I get to just make whatever accusation I want at you with no consequences if the accusation happens to be false. There was a lot of evidence, a lot of video surveillance, text messages, things like that saved Quintez, showing that these women were not drunk when they had sex with him. But even if they were drunk, I find it really fascinating that a black man is responsible for everything he does while he's drunk, but a white woman is not. If a man gets drunk and he touches a woman's boob or goes out and commits a crime, no one will ever say that he's not held accountable for what he did because he was drunk. So I think that this whole idea that drinking, that if you have sex with someone who's drinking, it means that you're probably a rapist. That's kind of interesting, because a lot of people drink. A lot of people drink when they have sex. And so I think that it's open season on black men. It always has been, but it's even more so now. I've been getting calls from brothers that are going through it. I know a professor who told me that a white female in his class basically said that she reported him and said, "He makes me uncomfortable." He'd never met this woman. He'd never met with her in private. He didn't know what the nature of the allegation was. And it turned out he didn't do anything. But he went through a whole year with a dark cloud of scrutiny over him. They called an outside law firm in, and they almost ruined his 20-something year career. And so basically, people can't just say, "Well, sorry, our bad," and let you go. You can't put people under the scrutiny of an accusation, because when you go under the scrutiny of being under investigation, that right there for a black man is a conviction. So ultimately, I hope Quintez sues the hell out of that school. He should sue the hell out of those women. And also, we should just be aware of what's going on here. Go to Harvard University. There's a brother who's on his way to win the Nobel Prize. I can't remember the brother's name. He's an economics professor. His name escapes me right now, but you guys can look it up. Look up Harvard professor, allegations. And Roland Fryer, that's his name. He lost his lab. He's been banned from the campus for 2 years. And when he comes back, he's going to be treated like the academic version of a registered sex offender because there were accusations made against him. So again, we all know what assault looks like. We all agree that it's wrong. We all know what rape looks like. We all agree that it's wrong. But now you got this thing where people can just sort of shamelessly throw out accusations, and there's no consequences for making these things up, or very few consequences. Another example is a brother who played in the NBA. I don't have his name in front of me, but I just saw a story today. Alvin something, and he graduated. He came out the same time as Michael Jordan. And he made the NBA All-Star team, I think, 3 or 4 years, and he also was known as the best defensive stopper in the NBA. He was one of the best players in the league at that time. Well, a woman just made up an accusation and said that he was running a sex ring, and for 5 years he was on trial. All these terrible things happened. He had to wear an ankle bracelet for 3 years, and then it turns out that she made the whole thing up, poof, out of thin air. There were no girls, there was no ring, there was no prostitution, there was no nothing, and he didn't even know this woman. So basically, you got to keep your son safe. I'm really going out of my way to make sure you guys hear this. Brothers that are watching, keep yourself, be very, very careful. If Quintez had not had proof that these women were asking him for this threesome, he would be going down. Albert Wilson, a 23-year-old college student, is in prison right now. He's doing 12 years in prison. He didn't even have sex with the girl. She wanted to have sex with him, and they were together for only 5 minutes, and he's going to do 12 years in prison for spending 5 minutes alone with a white woman. So we're really back in 1802 right now. We're back in 1750 in terms of the way the draconian way laws are being enforced against black men in this country. And I really think that you really want to be careful and watch out, because something real sinister is happening right now. And a lot of this started under the Obama administration. I'm not talking about President Obama as a person, but I am saying that anybody who lets this stuff slide, this sort of tyranny slide, I don't really understand how I, as a black man, can support any political leaders that will allow black men to go to prison when there's no proof. It's unbelievable. It's the craziest thing I've seen in a long time. It's Trayvon Martin times 1,000. So anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Take care. Have a good day. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, subscribe button, all that good stuff. Please leave your comments below. We'll talk about this again a little bit later. We're about to do our Emancipation Equation weekend, or in the Black Business School. So if you want to learn how to buy real estate property, things like that, it's totally free. You can join us. Go to theemancipationequation.com. THE. That's theemancipationequation.com. We're going to be doing this for about 2 or 3 hours tonight, Friday, August 2nd, 2019. I'll see you soon. Take care. Have a good day. Peace.